Well, good morning. We'll let anybody on the ridge, evidently. Oh, cousin Gail popped in, y'all. If you don't remember, go back and look at our North Carolina videos. She had to drive 1,100 hours to North Carolina to come visit us when she only lives like 2 hours away. But that's how we roll. So she came because I think she just wanted to get out of her house. So, per tradition of working on the ridge, she's here to work. But what is she doing?
We are going to get some insulation progress done. Absolutely done.
You want insulation in this place?
I want insulation in this place.
That's blasphemy.
And then it just looks so much better than seeing all these wires and all hanky wires I ran and everything. And Gail was kind enough to say, well, I can come down this weekend. Woohoo! So we're going to see how two old ladies do at putting some insulation up.
That's right, y'all. They're going to work on that. What I'm going to do is try to make sense of all this wiring that Aunt Swami so lovely pulled through everywhere. Things are labeled pretty good. I think we've got a plan. We're going to have to get a couple more breakers, but I can go in, start getting the breakers. We do have hooked up. We still don't have main power to the building yet, but why not prep everything? Because that's more progress she can get done on the inside. We'll get outlets in and all that stuff. So stay along. We'll see if we break anything.
A long pole or anything like that?
Nope.
To hold it in place?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the circuits that we can do here at the breaker panel. And then I'll start running all the outlets. So let's go ahead and get this hooked in here.
Okay, so I've got some up here. I started trying to do it by myself because I figured I'm short. This is a short space, but I don't have 3 hands. So this is where Miss Gail came in, and we're going to get started on it again.
I can get my fat ass up there.
We can't use those words. You good?
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to hit my head.
Yeah. Been there, done that 12 times.
It's falling down.
well. So now we need a piece here. We're going to do the best we can, folks. Just like clockwork. Okay, wait a minute. Don't push so hard with this hand. I can take this. Make sure I got some, yeah. Yep, you're going to do a lot of that. Leave your thumb right where it's at. Now I gotta turn around. That's part of the problem. Want to try a staple? Now, this has to be flat against a hard surface and then squeeze with your index finger. Good enough.
You want to get that corner on this side?
Oh yeah. Yep, here comes the blood, the sweat, and the tears. Yeah.
Do it from this side against that.
No, I want to try to keep it. You ain't never seen no kind of insulation put up like this. And if you're lucky, you'll never have to see it again. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, can you hand me that? Shazam burger. Alright, it's time to get on.
Looks good.
All right. So still missing 2 breakers, but not a big deal. We'll run and get those. All the wires for all the circuits so far are ran in there. Outlets, there isn't one on this wall over here because this is actually going to be closet right there. So that one's in. Once we get the closet built, I'll put the one that goes in there. But that's in, that's in. 3-way switch, or 3 switches. Outdoor light, above light, and loft light. And then 2 outlets here. This switch actually controls the top half of that outlet. But as you see, she's got, and then I hung this, that's going to be for an outdoor light. But they got that part of the loft done. I can't do we don't have the GFCI outlet for there, so that's the bathroom, that's on its own. They started working up there, and yeah, it's getting warm out. So, was not gonna try and have either one of them have a heat stroke. Plus, it's about lunchtime, so I still gotta move this sheet, that's for temporary privacy. There's 2 outlets that have to go in there in a double box, and then outlet, which that one's got to be GFCI. then this outlet, and a couple more over there. So let me see if I can move some things around and get those done. I hear ya, but shine your light around here. Ooh, I seen some flashes. Woohoo! We made it through and didn't hit anything important. Now the real fun starts. All right. See if she remembers where it's at. I'll give her a display. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Take the bang. What? I got wire hanging down there. I know, I'm that good. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Oh yeah. We're cooking with peanut oil now. All right, good to go. I'll put the box in and then I'll put a cap over the hot wire. Right. So even if you, I mean, technically no power goes to it unless the switch is on. Truth be told, if we went over to the shed, I think in that one tote I have just a ceramic, you know, chintzy fixture that we could put up until you got your actual fixtures. Okay, well, it's kind of serious. we got power to there. I would have filmed doing it at the pole, but it's dark outside. That's why it's so shadowy, is because we're plugged into the EBL with the floodlights. But so let's see. Tell me if you see any sparks. Oh.
Plug this lamp into any outlet?
Shh. No, don't plug your lamp in yet. Yeah, I didn't see sparks. I didn't see any smoke. Didn't hear no sizzles. Guess power's working. Alright, let's test. This right now is the only circuit, the one for the bedroom, that is completed enough to turn up. Ruh-roh, Charlie. We got some powers. Let me make sure. Correct. It says, can you read it? No? Well, use your good eyes. 2 lights on the right means it's good. Now we can hit this little button. And it does yeah. So, well, that works. Let's check another one. We have a tester, so we don't have to blow equipment up. 2 lights make it right. It's the same outlet. It should be fine. All right. Woohoo! 2 lights. All right, now here's the real fun test, because the one and only outlet. Oh, we got one more over here. Hold on. Yep, 2 lights make it right. So this should be constant hot, and it is. Let's just, no change. Now that one is off because when I flip the switch, what do you think?
Awesome.
You think you can handle power?
Oh yeah.
Are you sure? All right, I'll go disconnect it. She doesn't like it, yo. So clearly we have a lot more to go, but this gets the bedroom. I'm actually gonna work on, we did a town run, supply run. And in doing that, Swami realized when we did some math, she had enough to get power to run from the pole up to here. And yeah, I mean, the old EBL has been running like a champ.
Yeah.
She can normally get, what, 2 days out of one charge?
Usually, yeah.
You know, to run the things that she needs up here, but it's starting to get warm. And eventually she's going to want an AC, but in the meantime, she's got windows and fans, so now we can have some solid power. So we should have power at this one though too, right? Or is this a different... Yeah. That one's live too. So if that's live, well, that means all these switches are live, so don't flip those switches. Because then we have a light to put up there and everything else. So, see, all we had to do is have Gail come visit, and all of a sudden Swami gets power.
Right?
Slacker. So, yeah, I mean, it's a hot mess and it's dark, guys, but we have power to the tiny.
And I am
Shouse.
so freaking happy.
She's gonna cry.
Big steps, y'all. Big steps. Yeah, so I'm going to work on trying to get a few more going with the circuits in here because, well, they're going to be sleeping in here and probably want fans. And, I mean, maybe it's going to get cold and she can plug in an electric heater and not have to be under 17 blankets. So, all right, we'll get back to it, y'all.